Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Coffee with Jenni and Dre. You're a real live hater. You really are. I'm Dre. This is my co-host, Jenni Jones. What's going on?
What up, what up?
Man, we are chilling. I can't see shit. I need my glasses, folks. Bear with me. I'm going to try to read and get things right. We drinking some coffee.
We are.
What are we drinking?
We are drinking you're drinking just a vanilla latte is what you're drinking. I'm drinking a flat white.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know the difference other than I think a flat white is stronger.
Yeah.
And now we're realizing we're drinking anywhere between 80 and 100 milligrams of caffeine.
Yeah, but I got some new NeuroGum. Have you heard of it? It's called NeuroGum. It's supposed
I'm not going to try it.
Why? You drink way more caffeine. What does it have off in it? Because I know you always do the research before I can't try shit. What is it?
L-theanine. I could be saying that wrong, but that's what I like about it.
Don't worry about it. Go ahead.
I think that's what it is.
Okay, go ahead.
That's what I like about it. That's what helps your mood. So we're talking about this gum. He comes, he's been out of town. I get packages in the mail. You have been on the TikTok shop. You're ordering things.
I got this from somebody else, but go ahead. Continue.
On the TikTok shop.
Yeah.
So you order it and then you want me to eat it. And I'm like, what is it? Why are you doing this? And it's some neuro gum that gives you clarity and focus.
Yeah.
And it has 40 milligrams of caffeine. So it also is supposed to give you energy without a crash. Mm-hmm. And everything I read about it was good other than a couple things that are irrelevant to like the actual product. So I won't try it. I'll let him try it.
For sure.
See if he dies and then.
This is episode 46, by the way, y'all. This is episode 46 of Coffee with Jenni and Dre. We just jumped right in.
Glad you interrupted that one.
And didn't even introduce what episode this is. But we got the NeuroGum. Another thing that I was wanting to do is we need a jingle. I'm so hyped about it. I talked to my brother-in-law. He's a singer. It's gonna be like the intro of the pod. Mm-hmm. You know, we use it for the intro on the outro. I talked to my brother-in-law about it. Just to get like some feedback. Like, should it be like singing or should it be like somebody doing like a little rapping on it? Like, just, you know what I'm saying? That time. Coffee with Jen, something just dope. You know how it could be. So we should do some things like where we allow our audience, our friends out there to, like, if you're a singer, rapper, to submit, like,
that'd be cool.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
That means you'll have to go back and watch our podcast and learn stuff about us.
Yeah,
to
you gotta
then
learn
create
stuff
a song
about
or
us.
a rap.
Or you can just go to our website and it has just stuff about us. Coffee, Jenni and Dre, laughter. Brewing up life and all that type of stuff. 8 kids, all that type of stuff is on our website. Also on our website, that's new. Before we jump into the podcast, we have a new thing on the website. Brett, you supposed to hit that right now, like when I get. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to hit. So we got a new thing on the website. You go to our website and you click on contact, and we're doing a new thing on there to where you can submit.
What's our website?
Our website is coffeewithjennianddre.com.
Thank you.
You go to our homepage, you click on contact. When you click on contact, it takes you to the next page, and all you do is you can submit messages now. Voice recorded messages. And they're going to be recorded. You leave a message. We want to get at least about 10 or 15 of them before we shoot the next podcast. Granted, remember this, they will be played on air. So if you want to be anonymous, make sure you don't leave your name or none of that type of stuff. But if you don't give a damn and you just want to ask a question or have any feedback on something, ask anything. Yeah.
Relationships, life, work,
mm-hmm.
boundaries.
Yeah.
You drink too much caffeine.
Yeah. NeuroGum, anything like that. Our girl Taylor hooked this page up, man. It's gonna be pretty dope.
Let's shoot us a message and let us play it on air, and we'll talk about it. So that's exciting. I'm excited
about that as well. Let's jump into this pod.
Okay.
This is a podcast 46.
Hey, it's cold as shit in Texas.
It's decent.
It's cold.
Yeah, man.
And I want to do a thing I know this will be like delayed, but there's a lot going on in California right now.
I just left California.
Yeah.
And while I was there, I went to Santa Monica and I was on the beach and I saw the start of the fire, where it exactly started at. And
you
then,
sent the video and it was just like a little bit of smoke.
And then whenever I left yesterday, the damn near felt like London was falling, like the city was falling type of deal. And when I was leaving on the plane, you can just see nothing but smoke, nothing but red. It was crazy.
So we're praying for those people, and there's so many people, affected right now. So
yeah, prayers.
I hate it. Yeah,
for sure.
Hate it. Sucks.
So this is podcast 46. Like I said, man, we're going to be talking about a little bit about what Jenni is, codependent. And we're going to be talking about codependent. Let's jump straight into codependent first. That's what we're going to talk about in segment 1 is like codependency in relationships.
Yeah.
Let's jump into that. So the definition of codependency is a behavioral condition in which a person excessively relies on another for emotional support, self-esteem, or validation.
One person.
One person in the relationship.
Not two.
Not both. Yeah. What do you think about that definition?
Well, I'm learning something. I thought codependent meant you were both too reliant on each other.
Yes.
So now that we're digging into this, because I was like, what does this mean? Like, why do you always hear like all these little Instagram, are you codependent?
Yeah.
And like it's a bad thing and all this stuff. So again, never had looked into it. So now we're looking into it. And now I'm realizing I understand why they're saying it's bad, because it's one-sided. It's one person is giving everything to the other person and losing themselves. So they don't function or identify as anything unless they're with this person.
It says it often involves one partner enabling the other's unhealthy habits or behaviors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unhealthy.
So basically it's saying, because we never thought being codependent was bad.
Right, because we just assumed we were codependent on each other.
We always thought we were going to do it, but we're not codependent
but now that we read
all.
What
but
codependency
now that we've read
means.
everything about it, we are actually
not that.
We're actually have another definition. We're actually interdependency.
Interdependency.
That's what we are.
Yeah.
And what that is, it's a relationship in which both individuals rely on each other mutually, but still maintain their independency and individuality.
Yeah.
It's considered a healthy dynamic where support and self-sufficient coexist.
Yeah. So I think it's important for you to understand in relationships what is considered healthy and what is not, and be able to identify it. And if you are in an unhealthy situation, obviously, trying to get out or figure out a way to make it healthy. It doesn't mean that relationship can't work. I don't think. I'm not a therapist, but if you can identify what's wrong and communicate through it, then maybe you can be in a more healthy situation.
So is being codependent inherently unhealthy? Is it
It
bad?
is
Inherently
because
bad?
it's one-sided.
Okay.
So one person is.
Who is it bad for?
The person that is giving everything and not receiving anything.
Well, see, I don't think that is saying that one person is giving everything.
It is,
one
though.
Person. It's basically saying like it involves a partner enabling the other's unhealthy behaviors and habits. So I don't think it's like giving.
It's like when that's what I was told you. They say narcissists tend to be in these relationships because they are letting or allowing or enabling a person to treat them the way they want to be treated, but they don't give anything in return.
Okay.
So that person ends up being like the caretaker of this person's emotional support, all the things for this person, meanwhile abandoning themselves and not taking care of themselves.
Okay.
That's why it's not healthy.
So how can it be looked at as a good thing? Because at first we thought it was a good thing, but
I don't think now that I know what it is, I don't think you can look at it as a good thing.
None of this can be a good thing.
I don't think so.
Why not?
Because a person can't give everything in a healthy situation, and then because that person that can't be healthy for that person in general. You can't I can't give you everything and I get nothing in return and then me be a happy person. So it's not healthy for the person that is giving everything. It's not healthy for the person that, like, I can't go outside or I can't go without you texting or calling me because I'm now anxious and don't know what to do with myself unless you tell me what to do.
Well,
that's not healthy.
It says codependency is a behavioral condition in which a person excessively relies on another for emotional support, self-esteem, and validation. The person that's giving so what's the person? So what person is what? I want to know that.
Okay, I hope I'm reading this right. So
I don't know if you are.
We're like, no,
Go
I
ahead.
think I am.
Explain to me what you're saying.
If I sent you some of this stuff
No,
too.
I don't need you to. Don't send me nothing. I'm telling you what the definition says. It says
I get what
codependency
you're
is a
saying.
behavior.
You're trying to like confuse me.
I'm not. You keep saying it's giving
no
somebody
identity outside of the relationship. Okay. You sacrifice too much for the person that it damages your relationships with other people. So now,
but why is that not healthy if that person loves to do that?
So it is healthy to an extent. I don't get with my girlfriends all the time because my time now revolves around you and my kids, but I still have relationships with them. I talk to them on the phone.
Well, how is somebody going to deem something unhealthy to a person who loves to do it?
We can't have this conversation with you because you're going to try to turn an unhealthy situation into a healthy situation.
Relax. I do like a little toxic stuff going on, but what I'm saying is, how are you going to determine somebody's, if I'm unhealthiness, if I like to do this, if this person likes to rely on people, if this person loves to have validation or needs the self-esteem.
There's not anyone out there that gives everything without getting anything in return and that is genuinely happy. And you have stopped communication with everything else outside of that relationship. That's not stable. You can't do that.
Okay. So how is independency, a healthier alternative than
well, I don't know that independency is necessarily that good either.
Interdependency a healthier than codependency? Is it because of
because it's mutual. I scratch your back, you scratch mine.
Okay.
You still give me love and attention and support in a healthy way, and I do the same for you in return.
Okay.
You take on XYZ in the house and I take on XYZ in the house.
Okay.
We work together for the good of our family, but we respect each other mutually and we love each other fairly, not like I do everything while you go out and party.
So you don't think codependency can be somebody's love language? Like, will they just want to please this person all the time and just need this person for everything?
I feel like I please you all the time.
No. That's not what I just asked you. I asked you a specific question.
I don't know. Love languages. Is that in a love language book? Codependency?
No, I'm just asking. Do you feel any time in our relationship that you've been codependent?
No, because I always know. No, but am I dependent on you?
No.
Don't twist the words.
I'm not.
I know what you're
asking
doing.
You a question. Have you ever felt any time in this relationship? It can be
yes. When I go to an
5 years
airplane,
ago,
when I go to airports, I don't think I could do it without you. So I am now codependent on you at an airport.
Okay,
or traveling in general.
Just not in our relationship wise. You feel like it's always been interdependency.
I think so. I can't think of a time where when I now look at the definition of codependency where I was giving everything I had and cut off all communication or cut off relationships with everyone else and isolated myself just to please you.
For sure. I mean, just by looking at the definition, I've never in my life been codependent on anybody in my life just off of the pure of emotional support, self-esteem, and validation from people. Like,
you definitely don't need self-esteem.
At all. So I don't think that I fall in that category of needing or ever
but
being
you
in a
are
codependent.
like, this is what I mean. But we depend on each other for like different things. But that's the difference is it's different things. Like, like you aren't going to eat very well if I don't cook for you. I rely on you heavily for like, what are we doing today? What's the plan, especially with the family? Like, you lay everything out. And so like, I tend to just fall in line. But with that being said, we talked about this yesterday. He's been out of town. And just because you go out of town, I don't stop functioning because you're gone. Like, I still hold it down. I still get our kids where we're supposed to be. I still, travel out of town with them. I take care of them. Like, my life doesn't stop because you're gone. And I think that's what a codependent situation is. They would be, but do I get anxious when you're away? Yeah. So, okay, is that codependent? Maybe. But in my opinion, that's me missing you and wanting to be with you because that's what I want. You're the person I mostly want to be with. Like, yes, I like other people, but not that much. Like, I don't really.
So you have a codependent relationship, you have an independent relationship, and then you have an interdependent relationship. So independent relationship, do you know, I don't have the definition for an independent relationship because it It just seems like a more of a single thing, but I don't know.
Right, which also, too, could be unhealthy because so many people out there think, oh, I'm going to be independent, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and I don't need no man, and I don't need this, and I don't need that. And so now you're like this hard shell who doesn't need anyone, and all you do is rely on yourself. And I think that is also unhealthy, probably not as unhealthy as codependency.
And I definitely don't think people were meant to be alone.
No, they're not. Like you're meant to have love and relationships, whether it's...
But you can have that and still be independent.
Whether it's friendships or whatever, you know what I mean? Like you still need it. It's important.
For sure.
In my opinion. So obviously codependency is the worst, but I think if you're too overly independent, you also... Oh God, the internet comes for you sometimes, but like, I don't see how happy you are in that state either of having to do everything on your own or wanting to do everything on your own and not sharing life with somebody else.
For sure.
Because you're too worried about doing you and your own stuff.
Yeah, makes sense. I agree.
But if anyone out there is independent and happy as can be, I love it.
Man, fuck these people, man. You say what you want to say. This is our podcast. Why you act like you got to please people? We ain't out there people pleasing.
I'm a people pleaser.
So, like you said, do you know anybody in a relationship that is codependent?
No, not now that I read it.
Okay.
I don't think
sure?
so. Paulina's gonna kill me. Maybe Paulina.
Nah.
She can't even drive downtown without him.
But I don't like. But see,
me and Paulina are on the same page with like traveling. Like we.
But it says emotional support, self-esteem, or validation.
Yeah, she doesn't need them for that. But like
partner enables. You know, when it says it often involves one partner enabling the other's unhealthy habits or behaviors.
See, I don't get that part. But I mean, I get it. I understand what it's saying. But like, I guess the other partner knows that it's unhealthy and they still like feed into it and let them do it. I feel
like you're codependent on me.
Explain that.
I just feel like you are.
I need you for my self-esteem.
Yeah, you do.
Tell me what you say to me on a regular basis that just builds my self-esteem. Because all you do is talk shit and tell me how I didn't do something right.
That's self-esteem building.
No, that would be a self-esteem buster,
that's
not a builder.
Emotional support for sure.
You
you definitely need validation. I gave you validation the other day.
When?
Yo, you want me to tell the story?
I don't know. When?
Okay. This is how I gave you validation the other day. We were leaving the house, trying to get Corey to gymnastics and shit.
Oh my God.
Well, we're running. Boom, we're trying to get on the time. You're fucking going crazy, trying to get everybody ready. We getting everybody ready. Boom, boom, boom. I say something to you. Next thing I know, you're crying and shit. I just can't do nothing right today. Da-da-da-da. What did Big Daddy do? Gave you a hug right there on the spot, calmed you down, gave you a kiss on that little old shiny forehead. Boom. Hold on, let me get mine out. Boom, we get to gymnastics. Everything's good. While we're at gymnastics, I stop, I give you another hug, I whisper in your ear, baby, you're doing a great fucking job. You're an amazing mom. Keep doing that shit. I'm proud of you. It was,
wow.
It was like I was like boom,
right.
Giving you what it is. So yes, therefore, that was some validation. That was bumping your self-esteem up. That was giving you emotional support.
Yes, which is
I do that on a daily.
Which is why we're in an inter whatever the hell relationship, because we mutually do it. I don't.
You gave me a prep talk. When you ever give me a prep talk?
A pep
talk. When have you given me a pep talk?
Just now in the car on the way over here.
That's not a pep. I was talking.
Okay.
I give the pep talks. I'm like a coach.
This is it. And this is why you are not a self-esteem builder. Prime example.
Why?
It doesn't matter if I just gave you the best fucking pep talk in the world. You're going to come sit down in here and you'll be like, shit, I was the one talking. That was me. I did that for myself. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Again, you don't build my self-esteem at all.
Whoa, I just proved it to you right there. So what did that do for you in that moment when you were crying and I hugged you? What did it do for you right there?
Smacked.
No, what did it do for you in that moment? But no, real talk, like all bullshit aside.
Okay, well, there's background to that. But that morning,
I just really wanted to give you a hug because I really thought you was doing a great job, and I didn't even, and you thought all the ripping and running that we had to rush to be somewhere, and I just want you to know it wasn't that serious. We're gonna make it. We're gonna be all right.
Like that calmed me down and helped me, but also the reason why I had plans that morning and everything was going to run smooth, and it didn't run smooth. And in fact, we were way behind. And I was scared Corey wasn't going to get to her stupid meet on time. And then I had my mom like, you have to leave. And so I had to have everything in the car. So I had pressure from multiple ends to get to Dallas, basically. And it wasn't going to happen. And then you made the comment of, oh, looks like I'm going to have to come home and clean up this house and do this and do that.
I don't mind. That's just a comment.
You should have left the comment out.
Oh, okay. And you know, it's so funny. I was proud of you too. You know why? You got up early too.
To get everything. I had goals.
You had goals. You had your mind, man. You never get up early. You got up early. I was still laying down in bed. You was up at like 7:15ish.
And I should have got up at 6 in order to get.
After you broke down and cried, you was like, I should have got up at 6. I was like, dog, well, listen, dog. You already beat my expectations.
Because I was
when you got up
you
at
were
7.
going out of town, so. You were leaving, we were leaving, everyone needed to be packed on top of a gymnastics meet and then driving out of town. And so I was like, okay, he's not going to have breakfast for tomorrow morning. He's not going to have coffee. So I needed to get all that out. I needed to get your breakfast made, and then I needed to do breakfast with them. And the goal was to have the house cleaned up by the time we left, to get everything in the car. It just didn't happen.
You see how she made me a couple of days of breakfast while she's going to be gone, got all my stuff situated like that. See, that's called interdependency. My other thing, hers is codependency. That's interdependency right there.
You can't be, I can't be works? Co and you be inter.
I don't know.
It doesn't make sense.
I feel like you can be.
You can't be.
Well, I just want you to know you did a great job, man. You got everything going. Even though we had to come back to the house to get everything loaded, I had to get everything loaded for you. We still made the meet on time. Corey did good. Yeah, man.
It was a stressful morning.
Yeah.
Thank you for building me up.
Pep talk.
In that moment.
Come on. High five, slap on the ass. So good game. Let's get at it. Let's get it.
After you said what a shitty job I did and made me cry, then
I didn't say what you did. No, I didn't say a shitty job. I said, damn. Because we were rushing, so the house was a little discombobulated. So I was like, shit, guess I'm about to come home and clean this before I leave.
Right.
It was all good though. It's all good. I did. Came home clean.
So if you see that I'm
if I left that out, it would have been a better situation.
Yeah.
Okay. Next. See, I'm learning.
Yeah.
I'll leave it out.
Thanks.
You know, that jumps into our next topic. Well, kind of, sort of. We want to talk about the word that all you women deemed to be the worst fucking word in the world. Not all you, but most of you women.
A bitch?
No.
Oh.
The word submissive.
Oh.
And what the stigma is behind the word submissive.
Wow.
Like, why I just want to ask you before we jump into it, but the definition of submissive means ready to conform to the authority or will of others, meekly obedient or passive. In a relationship is often interpreted as yielding to a partner's preference or decision. The sub is the root word. Sub means to get up under something. So up underneath leadership, up underneath something, submarine, up underneath the water. So the word submissive, why do most women look at it in a negative light?
I don't think we could say most women.
Okay, why do women look at it as a negative light?
Yeah.
We're not going to put it,
And then also, I am not a woman that looks at it in a negative light. So it's going to be hard for me to say why they do. But I do know that outside factors, like when people see what I do or see sometimes how our family works, they'll have remarks to say. Other women are the ones that put it down. Other women are the ones to say, oh, he's just treating her like XYZ, or she's just this, or she's just that. Like, and so hearing from outside sources that if I'm submissive to my husband, that means that he doesn't respect me or love me, or I just let him get away with whatever he wants, or like that is not what happens in our relationship.
What does the word submissive mean to you, besides not the definition, but what does it mean to you as a woman?
I wasn't. Well, for me, in our relationship, submissive would be I allow you to lead our family. So you're the one that's making the major calls and what happens in our family.
Yeah.
I make sure you're okay. I take care of you. And again, I don't know that that's necessarily a submissive thing or just something I'm going to do in general. I mean, but the biggest part of and for me being submissive to you is I follow your lead. That's what I do.
And when she says she follows my lead, gentlemen, men, you have to be worthy of of a woman submitting to you. You can't be out not leading in the right direction, not having your shit together, not being able to provide or protect. I don't think that, you know what I'm saying, you just can't require or ask a woman of submission and you not
to follow
when you can't lead, when you can barely lead yourself. So it has to be where you're able to lead, you're able to lead the family. She trusts you to lead the family in the right direction and all those good things. You know, the word submissive is really a biblical term, like in all these you know, it says, wives, submit yourselves to your husband as it is fitting in the Lord. Like people always want to look at it as in a negative way, but even
have to be negative.
Biblically, it's, you know what I'm saying, it gives you clarity of what submissive means.
But also women that do think it's so bad, like you should also, in my opinion, take into consideration the stress of making major decisions. That's a lot. So like for me to submit to you, that doesn't mean like that puts a lot of strain on you too, because you're the one responsible for making the calls and the shots. So also like knowing what that entails for you, and to also know that like I support you and making sure you feel supported in when you do have to make certain decisions for the family. So again, it's not like he's going to go out and make these like massive life changes without consulting with me. But at the end of the day, I'm following your lead.
So tell me this, with the word submissive, if you are submissive to your husband, that relationship can't be considered equal.
Right. I don't think our relationship is equal.
Oh, I talk to him because people don't understand that dynamic in relationships. And some people look at it differently. Like, not saying that in our marriage I'm better than you, but I still don't think that in our marriage, we're not equal at all. Not saying that I'm better than you or anything like that.
At all.
Well, I just want them to know because they get the popping and getting pop out of the mouth, and we're gonna make a snippet on it. I got time, meaning I'll text back. But what I'm saying is, I don't think that in our relationship we are equal, and it's not because you're submissive, because somebody has to lead.
Right.
She leads in other ways in other parts of the relationship, but I lead in other parts. But I'm doing more leading because I'm the man, and I just think that's just how it goes. Even biblically, it says God, man, women, then children. If it was an equal relationship, he would have said God, woman, men, woman, like together, and then it wasn't nothing like that. That's biblical. If y'all don't believe in the Bible, cool, do your thing. Also, God knows that he made the man as the person to be the lead and the woman to be the helpmate. Even in the garden, when Adam and Eve were in the garden, and Eve ate the apple and she brung it to Adam to eat. She's the one that got the apple from the serpent and brung it to Adam. But when God found out, he didn't say, Eve, where are you? Even though he knows she was one for, he said he asked for Adam because he was the man and he was supposed to be leading and not having that shit happen.
Right.
Biblically wise, if you just want to go biblically. I know a lot of y'all are not into biblical situations no more, but we believe in God over here. So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
When people say like, it's not a bad thing when I'm saying that we're not equal. Like I'm not running you or nothing like that. I'm not controlling you, but I'm leading. So the relationship can't be equal when there's one leader.
Right.
Yeah. There's not multiple presidents of the United States.
The president and a vice president.
One president and a vice president.
I think the thing that makes that changes it is mutual respect.
For sure.
From both ends.
Yeah.
So like, yes, you're the leader of our family, but you respect me and I respect you.
Yeah.
And there's no, there's no disconnect for us in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I've told you is this isn't something that I didn't watch my mom be a submissive woman.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because she was having to take care of everything. So like I've never seen my mom make a plate for her husband but when growing up, she was the breadwinner. She was the one working and she was the one doing everything. And so like it did take time for me to like learn to trust and let you lead, right? I mean, even still times we've talked about this, there's times where I'm like, I need to be more gentle or more quiet in certain situations. Yeah. And so it's not something that's just like, I don't know. I feel like people look at it as like a hurt dog or something. And that's not what it is.
Submissive was.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
And that's how they view submissiveness. A lot of women do. And it's not that. It's like it's a mutual respect for each other where we know our roles, for sure. I guess we should say.
And I like to look at it as, even though I'm the lead, like the head, right? And my wife is the neck, meaning that really, even though I'm the head, she's turning the neck. She's making it move this way. That's a real big part of how things roll. So, and even like in the game of chess, how important the woman's role is. The queen on the board protects the king, even though the man is the provider and protector, but the queen can move in ways no other piece on the board can move. Left, right, up, down, diagonal, circles, everything they can do. They can move any move on the board to protect the king.
And I think that's where, if a man who wants a submissive woman understands that aspect and what a woman or a queen can do for you, then I think that's where the respect comes in.
For sure.
If you're viewed as, oh, she's just beneath me and I'm the one that makes this shit run and she doesn't, then that's where the respect is lost and things get a little dicey. Like, you have to understand what these roles mean. And just because you're the one leading doesn't mean she's not there, like you said, pulling the neck left or right.
For sure. And definitely, if y'all want some Bible verses, go to Ephesians and go to 1 Peter, and they'll give you some stuff about what submissive looks like and what it means and all those good things. We're about to close out, but I want to touch on something real quick before we close out. I didn't get to, it's not even a part of this shit, but relationship-wise, I think that in relationship-wise, I mean, when you're in a relationship and you're talking with your spouse, I think that sometimes we get you get in your feelings, or I'll get in mine, which never happens. But you get in your feelings because of tone. I think let's talk a little bit about
your feelings.
I don't. Let's talk a little bit about tone and how the way you say something to one another, how it kind of messes up.
Tone alone.
Yeah.
Can fuck everything off.
For sure. You got an example of how my tone was
you're the
out of
tone king.
Yeah, but my tone is always the same.
Yeah, it's negative. It's a negative tone.
No, No. Is it aggressive?
Yes.
So how's aggressive negative?
Like, this is what I tell you before. Like, if I'm the one pulling the neck, right?
Yeah.
I know what needs to happen at the house. I know how you like the house. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm married to an OCD clean freak. I know you. I know what you expect.
Yeah.
You don't even give me time. Like, we've got 3 kids and 2 dogs running through our house. Sometimes 5 kids and 2 dogs running through our house. So when you first come home, trust that I have done everything I can in that moment to make that house as clean as I possibly can, without literally following these kids in their footsteps, cleaning up behind them. So when you come home and you're like, immediately you're tone deaf is what you are. Like, you immediately say something about the house not being clean, or like, your comments, but it's the tone in which the comment is being said that then makes me defensive because you didn't see what I did for the last 3 hours in order for the house to even be in the shape that it's in that moment.
Yeah.
So like you didn't see, like last night, how many times, or was it this morning? I picked up those crayons off the floor 4 times this morning. 4. You didn't see it though, but you will see when you go back in there and there's crayons on the floor. You didn't know that I had already picked those things up 4 times. So you're going to make a comment and your tone is going to be off. And then I'm going to be like, this because I just did this. And you think that I didn't, which then makes me go, he thinks I'm lazy. He thinks I don't do enough. He thinks, so then I get in my head because I feel like you don't see what I do sometimes.
See, I received that.
Did you though?
Yeah, I just received that right there.
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing to say back about it. I received that. See how that works? That's how relationships work. But my tone, your tone, sometimes I don't even pay attention to the tone. Tone really doesn't. I don't know if your tone can make me
because it's not my tone. It's my.
I think it'd be like your attitude with it. Sometimes I don't think it's your tone.
It's the way I come back on something you've said because I'm defensive too much.
Okay, that's probably what it is.
I'm on defense a lot.
Yeah. Sometimes she be like. Sometimes you'll get on like if I say something to you and you say something back. I turn the head like, wait. It's kind of like when the dad is sitting there and they do that little joke where the kid's cussing at the mom, like, Mom, bitch, you better do this. And just to see what the dad's reaction is, that's how I feel whenever you snap back. I'd be like, wait, what the fuck? I'd be like, what's going on?
What's going on is I've been cleaning the house up all day long and trying to keep kids under control just so that the house is clean. They know. I will say, your dad will be home in 10 minutes and they'll be like, oh God. And then they start like running through the house trying to help get it clean because I'm like, I'm done cleaning. Now it's y'all's turn.
So tone, folks, work on your tone. One of my pet peeves is I don't give a damn who it is, girl, boy, no matter what. I hate when motherfuckers thumbs up my text messages. I don't like the thumbs up on the text
Every time
message.
I do it is passive aggressive.
Okay, yeah, but I had to check you on that though because you were thumb up in my shit, and I was thinking to myself, why the fuck does she keep thumbs up in my shit?
Cool dude.
And then so I texted back. I said, hey, listen, using my therapeutic words. Hey, listen, I feel like that thumbs up is really passive aggressive.
And what did I say back?
It is. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. So I already felt it, but it doesn't matter what you. I hate when anybody thumbs up my shit. I don't know what it is about that thumbs up that really makes me upset.
It's not always passive aggressive.
I don't like it though.
Sometimes it's a thumbs up so that you know that I read it, understood, got it, okay.
Yeah, that thumbs up shit really pisses me off. I don't like when anybody thumbs up my shit.
But if I've like thumbs upped a few in a row, it's passive aggressive.
Yeah, for sure. I know. My shit's on blue and your shit's just thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. I'm like, what the fuck is this thumbs up about? Yeah, I really hate that shit. Yeah, stick that thumb up your ass. Yeah, I ain't playing that shit. Don't do that. I don't like the thumbs up thing. Yeah. All right, man, we closing this out,
like
man.
A heart?
That's all I do is heart shit, but heart is like, I like the shit. Cool. All right, we closing out, man. This is podcast episode 46. Like I told y'all, remember to tell them about the new thing. Homepage, contact.
Go to our website, coffeewithjennianddre.com.
Yep.
Go to
contact. Yep.
Click on it. Leave us a voice message.
Cool. Definitely check us out, man. We're on all platforms. Spotify, Apple, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all the places that's about to start paying us. So let's get up out of it. This is Coffee with Jenni and Dre.
Leave us some voice messages.
Leave us some voice messages. Coffee with Jenni and Dre.
Peace.